This is your weekend market recap for Saturday, May 13, 2023. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your weekend market review for Saturday, May 13th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great, relaxing weekend, interesting market week. We need to dive into all the details. Again, make sure you zoom out, make sure you know what's going on, and also be very aware of the dynamics within the market are changing. I know people are getting tired of the chop up and down action, but there is weakening, there's breadth that is changing. There are a lot of little factors that are leading to me to point to some things that I think will be some major weakness to come. Again, we're all evidence-based, so check the charts, confirm them for yourself. Please grab a coffee, relax, and get involved. If you have any questions, please reach out. Appreciate all the love, support, and generous donations. Let's get into it. If you want to join the Discord room, the link is in the description below. If you're following on Twitter, please check it out. Always posting what we think is important. Also got a sweet listing that if you have any desire moving to Denver, this thing is like living in the mountains, but right downtown. Amazing yard, privacy, all that stuff. Cool. We won't bore people that much. We're here for the trading. And again, if you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get live notifications, do a few live trading videos a week. Well worth it. Please check out my website, thetradingagent.com. I know it says sites at Google, but the link is in the description. Back to Basic series. If you're learning, wanting to learn, please read these books. I'm telling you, this book is so good. I listen to this thing all the damn time. Even I'm doing this for 20 years. Always pick up on something. Again, the education is from newer to more advanced stuff. On that note, let's get into it. Fed Watch tool right now. Pause, June. Nothing much else to say. That's kind of pretty standard until this changes. I mean, could we see a cut? That would be interesting. Well, we'll see. The market would have to gyrate down. Bitcoin, we warned you folks. Said it looked like a head and shoulders top. Very complex up here. Choppy, double shoulder each side. Got to get back. I mean, it's got to get back over 27,000. Oil, again, things that look bearish. Oil, again, bounces after retesting lows, backing off. This area in the mid-60s is very important. If it breaks below it, look out below. Natural gas, what have we said? Leave it the heck alone. I don't think it's going anywhere. The dollar, if you have been paying attention, posted a lot of things about this. Said keep an eye on it, y'all. Look at this. Talked about it breaking out. Things that are bearish, breaking out, right? Check this out. Check it out. Held the 20, what month? Multiple times, turning up. Again, you're going to tell me you look at the weekly and you think this is bearish? Consolidation pattern engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of action, turning up. Here you go. We talked about the gap on, was it Wednesday to Thursday? Now we're over 100 and the 50-day moving averages. Things that are bearish to me. Dollar going higher. TLT chopping. Again, more volatility is the key in my opinion for the dollar and bonds, but bonds chopping. Can't really say much. The VIX, we talked about this is a gift. A gift from the gods. People on social media are like, oh, you're an idiot. I'm like, what are you talking about? The VIX compressing. We've talked about this many times. It does this repeating pattern. It doesn't have to just touch the lows and bounce. Something that people probably aren't talking about. The VIX. We talked about needs to close over 100. Starting to wake up. Closes at 154. Now, again, don't bring a ruler. Let's see follow through to confirm it. SPY. Chopping. Chop. Again, check the weekly, check the monthly. Hitting the 20-month. Just chopping. Range bound. 415 to 405, whatever. Chopping. Keep an eye on it. It's in range. QQQ. Seems to be channeling slightly up, but again, you're at the 20-month, you're at the 100-week. Starting to feel like this could be a pivot. Now, people are saying, well, you've been thinking that for weeks and months. It's like, yeah, well, the leadership is interesting within the Qs because overall the Qs, individual names, don't look that good, but certain ones started popping this week. And we'll get into the levels and see if we can really confirm it. IWM, we've said IWM lagging is a major, absolute major red flag. Like, look where the other indexes are. They're all up near the highs, right? Where is this? It's literally near the December lows. Now, it's not at the October lows, but you're not far off. You are not far off. Disney got slapped around. Some of these industrials within the industrial complex, Dow, looking weak. Watch the 50-day. Gold said, I don't think gold's a buy until the Feds pivot. Well, it looks like they're going to have to raise rates based on the jobs number. Now, again, the economy's weakening. Credit's tightening, but somebody's manipulating the jobs market data. I don't give a crap if people think I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm just like, I don't see it out there. I see people getting laid off. I hear about it. I know people. Jobs market is not as sound. I mean, they're saying it's at an all-time low. It's like, not from what I'm observing. Sorry. So back to gold. Again, longer term, I think there's a bigger move, but I think it's about to pull back, y'all. And here's the evidence. Silver. The miners don't look good. Look at silver. We talked about gap down, held the 50-day. That is ugly as hell. I don't know why people, again, I know people are shorting gold. I'm like, you got to be patient. Let it run out. Miners holding range lows, double top. I mean, if they break down 33 level, GDX, adios amigos. GDXJ has been looking way worse, right? Did not double top, made a lower high below the 20-day. It doesn't look good. AG. Ugly. I mean, there's not much to say. They just don't look good. AEM tried to break out, right? Look at this. Professional gap down, now below the 20-day. Doesn't look good. Newmont Mining, we've said this for what seems like forever. Lagging. Can't even get up to the January highs. Ugly. PAAS. Wow. I mean, again, I told you people, I'm like, I hate to say this, the dumbest people I know are recommending miners. I want it to climb a wall of worry that nobody believes it's going higher. Then it goes higher. Again, if you're paying attention, you've been following me for a long time. Again, I've traded gold, miners, all this stuff for many years. I'm not a noob. I know how this stuff works. Okay? And I'm telling you, if the miners are heading down, they're probably preceding gold. More times than not, they are. Tech, AMZN. No gap left behind. Look at it. Look at it. There you go. Pulling back. Micron, in my opinion, I think these are all fake pumps. Micron, it's got nothing. Chopping. I think this thing's about to get slammed later. Taiwan Semi, lagging. I mean, this has no lift to it. NVIDIA gets up into the 290s many times. Watch the 20-day. I mean, I feel like it's about to roll over a little doggy. Intel, we talked about it being weak. Look at this thing. 100-day. Not so good. SMH, remember, split early in the week. Can't get over the 50-day. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Break the trend line. Break the 100-day. That's the key. Looks like it's about to roll. Adobe, again, look at a lot of these tech names. Some of them look good, some of them look bad. Adobe, not good. Big rolling Tetons M top. Doesn't look good. Apple, been trying to hold the market up. But again, is it really? Foxconn's warning 50% drop in revenue. What the? This feels like a novice gap trap. Amazon. What do you think? Oh, hey, Cap. Trying to break out. Can it? I mean, retesting, filling gaps. Doesn't look terrible, but I'd be curious to see if it gets any follow through. CRM, we talked about the 200 level, hits the old trend line. Keep an eye on it. Guggenheim, popping on AI. I mean, where the hell have people been? However, what do we talk about? If it popped up here, there's a gap. Well, we touched the gap on Thursday. Touched it on Friday. Is this, again, a novice gap trap? This feels very distributory. Meta, game over. We've said it. This is the gap to trap. Just like at the lows, trap and then reverse, gap up, fail. And people forget, this feels like if you count that as one, like, gapish time, two biggish gapish times, three biggish gapish times, that's the 3 gap trap. Microsoft, filled gaps. Again, talking about all these. Right here, 312, chopping around. Do we really think it's going to break out? It doesn't feel like it. NDAQ, chopping, 20-day. Does not look that good. MicroStrategy. Warning, folks. Bitcoin, said the 320, 330 level. Failure. Does not look good. Netflix, popping. Why? I don't know. People think they're winning the streaming wars. I think everybody's losing. Competition. We talked about retesting this range. Look what it did on Friday. Just keep an eye on it. It looks like an obvious short. Roblox, oversold bounce, right? Hits the 50-day. Doink. Coming back in. Now, don't be surprised. by names being volatile. This is the thing. It's like even with First Solar with the deal, you got to trade around your positions. There's no guarantee that these names are rolling over until what? The market rolls over. So if you're not trading around your positions, I don't know what to tell you. Tesla, piece of junk. Nice gap up, flop. Names a new CAO. Does it matter for Twitter? I don't even know why I'm talking about Twitter, but the stock looks dead. It looks like it's channeling down. We warned people for months. Leave it the hell alone. But trade around it if you got to. I mean, I don't know. If people feel like they have to buy, it's crazy. Materials. Lag. Letter X, U.S. Steel. Why is it not up near the highs? No, it's heading back towards the October lows. Things that aren't bullish. Nucor. Very similar. Makes new lows. Breaks down. Pops back. But remember, this is why you draw. That's why you draw your zones. Bounces off of it. Not surprised. Watch the 200-day, and then it goes lower. Question mark. Caterpillar. Meow. Chopping. Industrial should be leading. All this stuff looks bullish. I mean, it gets bought up on earnings after dropping, I don't know, 20%, 30, what's 265 down? Well, maybe not, like 20-something percent. Chopping. It looks like it's trying to hold. If it breaks, look out below. VALE. Parking itself at lower prices, clearly. People love this thing for points, and I'm like, you guys are high as a freaking kite. Leave it alone. Doesn't look that good. Arrow. Earnings. We warned people. Again, I like this stock because it held up before this, but if materials are pulling back, copper's pulling back, this is going to get hurt. It just is what it is. I liked how this was acting before. Keep it on. You know, I typically don't talk about other copper names, but look at SCCO, like gap down, right? Like look at that distributive volume. Freeport, I don't know if they're completely copper now, but look at this stuff. It just doesn't look good. CCJ, I got somebody hitting me up every day going, it's going to 31, and I'm like, okay. It looks like it's just failing at the 29 level like it typically does. I'll see this person in the teens or 21 area. CF, I think these things potentially are capitulating near term. But it's hard to trust these names to like go anywhere if the market does what? Head south. Now again, when the Feds pivot, these will probably have priced in the lows. But at this point, I mean, again, I can see why people might look for them as a bottom for a bounce. Like gap traps, right? Like especially like NTR on their earnings. Oh, stop it. I did not want that. Hey, Pip. Hey, sweet girl. You know, you're going to purr into the mic. Like, this looks interesting to me, right? Like, look at the volume. Like, that looks a little more capitulatory. It goes from 117 down to 58, 59. But here's the problem. You know, unless the velocity picks up, I think we could be in a chop bottom. Either way, if you have to play it, you go long. Define your risk. AA, things that, again, don't look good. Hey, well, these companies look poo. They're not going anywhere. Stuck cheddar at the lows. Do you see the problem here? Do you see it? Right? XLF. Let's get into financials. This is where I think the bearishness again continues. Again, look at materials. Look at all these names. Just they don't look good. People, I don't know how they create in their mind like, oh, things look fine. We said the XLF 33.50, 32.50. Chopping. Talked about you could short it last week near the highs. Congrats. It's not looking so good. KRE, right? Now again, some people say, well, it's capitulation, but I'm like, you don't know until it could get worse. You could see higher volume in time if people start even panic selling more because deposits in the junior banks going away. People are just taking money left and right. They hold all the commercial loan issues, like not all, but a lot of commercial loan issues, and they've got all this junky debt. I doubt it's over. I just doubt it. JP Morgan, talk about shorting this at 142.50 to 144. Hot damn, somewhere in the city. No, just keep an eye on this next level. Like, watch what happens in the 134 to 135. I posted that. I mean, shit, even say the 50-day, excuse my language. Keep an eye on that. It looks like it's distributing. Like, someone bought it up. Like, they pumped it up, and then somebody's selling. That's what it feels like to me. That's my opinion. Sticking to it. Morgan Stanley, again, nothing. Good old Goldman Sachs. Again, if you are not using Goldman Marcus account, use the link below. They're giving you 5.15% for 3 months. Then it goes down to 4.15. But every time you recommend someone, you get and use the link, you get 5.15%. You can get it for continuously, like 4 times, and then you've got it for a year, and then 4. But here's the thing. I've been offering this, and every time they up the rate, they pass along the rate increase. So when I first did this, people were getting 4.75, then 4.9, then 5.15. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. They are upping the rates for everybody, no matter what you sign up at. So now my base is, when I go back, it'll be 4. Shit, by then, who knows? It could be 5%. Either way, they are competing hard for deposits, and they're doing well. And I love the app. I would not recommend it if I didn't. Now, again, people say, well, Goldman, they're going to go out of business. I think they're too big to fail. And honestly, they don't look as bad as some of the other names. Let's just zoom out on the monthly, like literally, right? Like, let's zoom out. Does it look that bad? You know, here's the 2009 lows where we're looking at names that are failing there. They're way above, or it's 2009 highs. They're way above it, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't mean they couldn't get slammed. Well, let's not go there. But my point being is I think they'll survive whatever happens. XBI. Talked about this is tough. This is real tough. Again, I don't like shorting things near the lows, especially when you zoom out and you go, man, this thing has gotten beaten. All right, let it bounce. Let it bounce. Again, it's an index. It's a little tougher. Let's just keep rallying along. Solar, some people just are funny as hell, man. Again, I thought First Solar would close much lower, but someone noticed, say like in the Discord room, 50-day, maybe it was Harry. If you're listening, congrats. Rejection. ENPH. Again, I have said for weeks, do not short the lows on these things. If you have profits in solar, you needed to take profits and look for bounces. And if you took all of them, you got lucky and you're happy. And if you didn't, you're pissed off. But if you're weighted, like we told you, take profits, take profits. Like, how much more do you expect this thing to drop near term after it gets punished from 340s down to $150s? Look for the bounces. Sedgerton, we talked about fill the gap. You're welcome. Fill the gap. You're welcome. Look at that. You're welcome. First Solar, I mean, I don't know how buying a $35 million company adds whatever billions of dollars to their market cap. Stupid. But here we are. Channel high. I honestly thought we'd close at like 200. I thought we'd close like right around here. Didn't. Fail. Wrong. Posted it. Be wrong again. You'll be wrong. No one's perfect. Anyone promising certainty is certainly lying. Keep an eye on it. Because again, when oil comes down, as you're going to notice, so will all the stuff. HYG, we talked about this. HYG corporate debt needs to be leading up. Does not look good. It's basing. Looks like crap. Let's end it. Speaking of oil and gas. Here you go. Oil. Not looking so good. Natural gas. If anyone asks me about UNG, cut you from my life. No, it's just, wait for this thing to reverse split. It is just dead money. I don't even know how to explain this. XOP, we said, warn people up in the 130s. Mid 130s. Get out. Now you're holding against the low. If oil and gas servicing names start blowing out, I'm telling you, solar ain't safe. It's a scam. People hate to hear that, but it is. It's a government subsidized scam, which again, I think it's a great part of the future, but it's not the total thing. It's not the total, right? Whatever you want to call it. It's a part of a well-connected, designed future, but it's not the end-all, be-all. It's still too expensive, in my opinion. I think nuclear, fission, all of the like certain oil, gas, I mean, they're all cheaper. Sorry, ExxonMobil. We talked about it. If you short it up here, nice. Very nice. PXD. Supposedly a buyout by ExxonMobil. Well, it's starting to follow ExxonMobil right down south. Occidental. Buffett loves selling calls on this. I mean, again, do you think these names, they don't look good? They don't look good, y'all. Some economic growth, not so much. All right, EQT. We like this name potentially if they get their stuff together, but it's just another natural gas name that's playing around. This is the name I like, 8% dividend. The Congress is all over this. We're going to be exporting a lot of natural gas, LNG. Again, it's very easy when you compress it. I think you can compress it down 600% you can compress natural gas and freeze it down, liquefied. It's like it saves 600% in space. That's an interesting way to fraction. Either way, I think we're going to be exporting long term. I like this stock when the market bottoms. Maybe I even miss it, but guess what? Again, I think in time, the right price is the stock that's good to buy. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Also, too, if you're thinking about buying or selling property, even if you're thinking about buying property in the next 6 months, please reach out. Use the calendar link, book something. Let's get together and talk about this. Because, again, have a plan. Because I have a plan. I know when prices start coming down in certain areas because, again, affordability is Wages have stagnated. Again, I don't think there's a housing crash because there's shortages and big institutions have been loading up on real estate. I think it's just a matter of time. If you have your thoughts and you're collecting your profits, you're doing well in trading, you're managing your profits, however you must be, I'm telling you, it's going to be time to buy some real estate. But that's the thing. People have been whining and complaining that prices are too high. Well, then prices come down and they're whining because the market's softening. It's like, what do you want? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Again, reach out if you have any questions. I'll be around all weekend. I appreciate all love, support. I know some people know what's going on in my life, trying to stay on top of things and keep things going well. So talk to you guys and gals later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.